Outcome of the South-South Summit and other stories. Hello, Jennifer.
Hello, Shehu. Welcome to Lagos and thank you for joining us. President Goodluck Jonathan has been urged to take every appropriate steps that will lead to the convening of a national conference not later than December 2013. This was part of the communique issued at the end of the 3rd General Conference of the Southern Nigeria's People's Assembly in Lagos. Thomas Ogbetire has the rest of the report.
The conference, which sought to deepen the consolidation of the unity of the Southern Nigeria, among others, reviewed the state of the nation and noted that the unity of the Southern Nigeria will remain the primary focus of the Southern People's Assembly. They asked the president to declare a state of emergency on corruption and the power sector.
So I have to talk. Whatever name you decide to, call it. Call it national conference, call it sovereign national conference, call it dialogue, call it centenary conference, whatever, but we have to talk before the election.
Any problem that is Nigerian, that is the total Nigeria, we should be able to have a common front that can now talk to our counterparts in the northern Nigeria.
They also asked the National Assembly to ensure the quick passage of the Petroleum Industry Bill, as well as create 2 additional states for the South, one of which must come from the Southeast, as the existing state structure is lopsided in favor of the North.
Unanimously agreed that an additional state should be created from the Southeast geopolitical zone to give the Southeast 6 states.
They noted that constitutionally, nothing stopped Mr. President from seeking re-election if he so desires, adding that the choice of who becomes president in 2015 resides with Nigerians. They therefore passed a vote of confidence on President Goodluck Jonathan. In Lagos, Thomas Ogbetare, NTA News.
For Nigeria to actualize the Millennium Development Goals in education by 2015, the over 56 million illiterates in the country will have to be educated. This view was expressed by the former Minister of Education, Dr. Obiageli Ezekwesili, who was a keynote speaker at the 3rd Lagos State Education Summit, which opened in Lagos. Musa Toliat completes the report.
Dr. Ezekwesili, who spoke on impediments to education reforms, further stated that more than 10.5 million out-of-school children are bound in the country. She emphasized the need for Lagos state governments to focus more attention on making education affordable for the less privileged, especially special needs children.
Everything that they have done in the governance of education, in the transparency of resources that go to education and accountability for its use, in making the teachers to lead the process, they're on the right path.
The 2-day Lagos State Education Summit dwelt on teaching and learning for improved outcomes. Technical sessions on curriculum development, assessment, and school infrastructure for 21st century featured at the event. Lagos State Governor Babatunde Fashola told the gathering that the quest for a revamped education sector is achievable only when parents regain their confidence in public schools.
We owe a duty to provide equal, if not better, education in the public sector for those who do not have that choice.
Seeing the lessons around us and possessing the capacity and willingness to learn and improve. This has been and will continue to be our driving spirit.
The Education Summit elicits reactions from stakeholders.
Now they do assessment from primary 6 to GS1, so they are raising the standards.
Teachers' welfare should be looked into. If those ones are done and teaching environment as well, is why that we'll get to where we are going.
A communique is expected to be issued at the end of the 2-day Lagos State Education Summit. In Lagos, Musa Toliat, NTA News.
The European Union says it will partner with Nigeria in the fight against terrorism. The European Union gave the promise when the Nigerian delegation led by the Foreign Affairs Minister, Ambassador Gbenga Ashiru, held a meeting with the European officials at Brussels, Belgium. Theresa Wababa has details.
The Nigeria-European Union ministerial meeting is aimed at encouraging political dialogue and cooperation. Nigerian Foreign Affairs Minister Olugbenga Ashiru, who co-chaired the 4th in the series of the meeting, explained to the delegates that the state of emergency declared in the 3 states of the northeastern part of Nigeria was to bring normalcy to the region and check the activities of the insurgents.
I was able to inform the EU delegation that the democratic institutions in the three states are in place. They are not affected in any way by the declaration of the state of emergency. The civilian institutions will continue to operate normally. They will be able to function in accordance with the Constitution.
The delegates took a holistic view of the global threat of terrorism, noting that the situation has become worrisome. The EU assured the Nigerian delegation that it will partner with the country in the fight against terrorism and any form of insurgency. This, the EU says, will come in the form of training and capacity building of the defense formation.
Though the meeting was brief, vital issues were discussed and instant decisions reached with a communique signed. In Brussels, I am Teresa Wabalba, NTA News.
Reaching out and offering a hand of help to the less privileged has been described as principles to be emulated by all to foster unity and love. African Queen Crooner Two-Face Idibia made the remark at the Koson on the Street event in Lagos. The report.
Today is a historic day in the creative industry as Nigerian artists from across the country converged on First Tech Town in Lagos to clean the streets. This, they say, is part of efforts to reach out, give back to the society, as well as meet their fans.
Awareness for Koson itself, and awareness for Nigerian artists and music.
It's fabulous. It's overdue. Body that's responsible for the intellectual property and rights of every musician is trying to make a statement for the whole nation and world, because this is going to go global.
The chairman of the Copyright Society of Nigeria, Chief Tony Okoroji, explained that it is a clarion call for all Nigerians, irrespective of class, religion, profession or creed, to have hygiene and maintenance culture.
We want to show the beauty of the dignity of labor. Never ever been done before, but we set the pace.
The Koson on the Street event featured parade, feeding the less privileged, controlling of traffic, cleaning of the roads, and an after party. About 100 of Nigerian hottest musicians were on parade.
Today is a great day, first time for Nigerian artists to do this kind of thing in the nation, you know what I'm saying? So kudos to Koson.
The Copyright Society of Nigeria says it is committed to the protection of intellectual works. So, let the music pay.
And that report wraps up our contribution from Lagos. It's now back to you, Shehu, for more on nationwide news.
Thank you, Jennifer. 12 new judges have been sworn in for the National Industrial Court. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Aloma Mariam Mukhtar, who swore in the new judges, said the addition was in line with government's determination to strengthen the manpower of the judiciary. Judicial correspondent Femi Okeo reports.
Following the approval by President Goodluck Jonathan of the appointment of 12 new judges for the National Industrial Court, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, in swearing them in, called on the new judges to rise up to the challenges facing the nation's judiciary now.
We have a vision of a justice system that is simple, fast, and efficient. It must be responsive to the needs and yearnings of the citizenry. If the public loses respect for the bench, the society may gradually be creeping back to the days of jungle justice.
The National Industrial Court is constitutionally saddled with the responsibility to settle labor and industrial disputes. Personalities at the swearing-in spoke on how valuable it is to strengthen the court.
Depends on the workload and how hardworking we are. The NGC will be ready to give us more if we are hardworking and convince them that the workload is more than what we can cope with.
I believe that as justices, we're going to render justice in accordance with the dictates of the law.
To be chosen out of many and to serve this country, for me, is a great privilege.
You were chief registrar in the same court in which you are going to be a judge. How does that feel particularly?
Well, it makes no much difference. In fact, it makes the job much easier for me since I've been in the system. 12 women amongst them, at least that shows that women are being carried along. Yes, okay. 6 women.
The swearing-in of these 12 new judges brings to 20 the number of judges for the National Industrial Court. And with more courts being opened around the country, employment issues are now being tackled easier. From the Supreme Court, Femi Okewo, NTA News.
Stakeholders in non-interest banking say the model has been operational in Nigeria for over a year and has a strong financial base to stand the test of time. Speaking on NTA Tuesday Live, they called for more understanding of the workings of the model, which is beneficial to the nation's economic growth. Talatu Ezirike reports.
Non-interest banking, a form of banking that does not allow for the payment of interest on loans or monetary instruments on any financial transaction, is practiced in over 17 countries. Stakeholders corrected notion that the model is Islamic-based, explaining that countries like the UK, China, and those with majority of Muslims practice it. Ability to create values on the economy, they say, is the paramount interest of the model, and that it does not give out loans but invest in tangible projects.
A loan does not create value. What creates value is sale, lease, and equity. If you are not in these, you are not creating added value.
When you come to Jais and you say, you need money, we say, what do you need money for? Say, you need a house. So we get a house, we buy a house, and we lease it to you over 5 years, 10 years. You pay us rent, and then gradually buy the house. You gradually get ownership, our rent reduces, our ownership goes up, and then after a point, you say you got the house, you buy it off us.
What makes a non-interest banking function well is to have a very strong regulatory framework. You will actually see that a lot of work has been done.
They don't create money. So it's possible to say they have less pressure on inflation. So they don't create money, you can say that. But the problem is how attractive is it to the depositor? Because every depositor, whether you like it or not, wants to make money out of his deposit.
In Abuja, Talatu Ezirike, NTA News.
Panel of discussants there on Tuesday Live. Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Senator Bala Muhammad, says even though the Land Use Act clearly bestows all FCT lands on the federal government, with the president as trustee, his administration is exercising delegated powers in pursuing the land swap program for the development of 15 new districts in the FCT with a human face by ensuring immediate resettlement and compensation of affected original inhabitants. Correspondent Matair Ikpen reports that the minister was speaking at the periodic ministerial briefing of the PDP National Working Committee on the progress of the federal government's transformation agenda in the FCT.
Taking his turn to present his administration's scorecard in the last 3 years to members of the PDP National Working Committee, FCT Minister Senator Bala Muhammad threw more light on the land swap initiative.
The land of the Federal Capital Territory, which is 8,000 square kilometers, belongs to the federal government. And it is under the purview of His Excellency, Mr. President, about the Constitution and the Land Use Act. Even the minister exercises that responsibility in a delegated capacity. So the land is not being just taken away from the natives. Their own privileges, their own rights on the land must be compensated fully. And that's what we are really augmenting and making sure that they are paid fully and they are resettled fully.
The FCT minister also took time to explain sectoral achievements of his administration, cutting across health, education, agriculture, and infrastructural development, noting that expansion of major highways in the FCT have received priority attention. PDP National Chairman Alhaji Bamanga Tuko and other PDP stalwarts commended the FCT minister for his developmental strides.
You can see the landmark improving every day.
Members of the PDP National Working Committee are unanimous that Senator Bala Muhammad is a good ambassador of the transformation agenda of the President Jonathan administration. In Abuja, Mitaire Ikpen, NTA News.
We now pause for some messages. Nationwide continues shortly. Don't go away.
Hello. We want to thank you for keeping faith with the NTA Sports 24 for the 2012-2013 European Champions and Europa Leagues. We were the only station in the country that brought these championships to you on free-to-air television, Africa's biggest television network, NTA. The finals are here now, and you cannot afford to miss them. The big one is on Saturday, 25th May, the European Champions League final. This is the battle of the Germans. Who carries the day? Bayern Munich or Borussia Dortmund? These are all big questions, and NTA Sports has the big answers. Thereafter, we shall follow up with the Super Cup. Join us.
NTA presents to the world a dedicated television channel to broadcast activities of Nigeria's Senate, Federal House of Representatives, and all the 36 state houses of assembly. You can watch NTA Parliamentary Channel on NTA StarTime's DTT platform. NTA Parliamentary Channel. Join us.
I don't know what. I beg how much they sell this fish. This one like this. They can like this 1,000. How person go survive for this guy? Everything just too expensive. It could make person get money. Okay, we must get money. It could make the question is now how person will get I know I will take the money. We go kidnap one rich man, come keep us somewhere. No be so. No be the rich man we go kidnap. Now his wife. I am begin. Oh, in Malay. If you catch any of your relative, now the rich man go come bail her. No, you people that think say you won't become kidnapper. Now the grace. You want to the kidnap because of money? See, if government catch you like this, the rest of your life, now inside prison you will spend Stop it today.
A message from the National Orientation Agency, NOA.
NTA Knowledge is organizing a fun-filled time for children on May 27th. Come, let's celebrate the children and youths of Nigeria. The show will feature presentation by various participating schools. There will be competition in arts, games, dancing, and lots more. Join us at the NTA Arena on May 27th at noon. Attendance is strictly by invitation. Give your children a good time, joy, and freedom. It is your right.
My name is Shan George. I am going to be there at the NTA Knowledge Children's Day show at the NTA Arena on the 27th of May. Everybody make sure you are there.
For more information, call Comfort on 00579330012, Faye 07035276216, Adenike 08059060657. It promises to be a day to remember. NTA Knowledge Children's Day show. You can't afford to miss it. Mwah! See you there.
NTA Knowledge. Learning to broaden horizon.
Jama'a ta da sallama barkan da haka.
Ga labaranmu na duniya.
Ọha ndị ọma ndị amaala Nigeria.
Igbo ndị ọma na-ege ntị.
Onye isi oche ala anyị bụ Goodluck Jonathan.
Ìròyìn ló ń dé sí etí gbọ̀nyín láti iléeṣẹ́ NTA ìkànnì Oòduà.
Ẹ kú dédé wòyí o. Èyí ni ìròyìn láti iléeṣẹ́ amóhùnmáwòrán ìkànnì Oòduà.
NTA Language News, showing on NTA StarTimes platform, 10 p.m. Monday to Friday, 10:30 p.m. Wednesday.
Welcome back. The federal government has been commended for the recent improvement in the nation's courts to strengthen speedy administration of justice. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Mariam Aloma Mukhtar, gave this indication at the commissioning of the Court of Appeal Complex Ibadan Division, Correspondent Abdurrauf Kamaruddin reports.
Commissioner the complex, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Aloma Mukhtar, emphasized the need for improvement of facilities at the nation's courts.
We hope that our efforts at the entrenchment of a speedy and steady administration of justice will continue to be embraced by all.
The acting president, Court of Appeal, Justice Zainab Bukachua, had earlier said the new complex with modern infrastructure will create better access to justice.
Those who came to us to seek justice will always leave this temple of justice fully satisfied.
Governor Abiola Ajimobi said the state government supports fairness, equity, and justice at all times. The complex is made up of Court 1 and 2, Standard Library, Archives, and Litigation Department, among others. From Ibadan, Prof. Kamaldeen, NT News.
Nigerians will from now begin to witness the dividends of the transformation agenda of President Goodluck Jonathan in the area of bridges and roads development. The Minister of Works, Mike Onolemenen, disclosed this at the formal commissioning of VOM Manchok Road. Correspondent Eduna Justice, who was on the entourage, has the details.
VOM Manchok Road for years had remained untouchable due to its difficult rocky terrain. But that has become a thing of the past now, as the 40-kilometer road connecting Kaduna-Jos Road has been constructed and commissioned. The scope of work included 4 bridges and excavation of rocks as high as 21 meters. The minister urged the communities along the road to preserve it, as the federal government is set to deliver more roads this year.
Very quickly, we shall move to the northeast, the northwest, the north central, the south, the southeast, and the southwest to commission a few other projects that the Federal Ministry of Work have completed. We all have a responsibility to ensure that the roads are properly maintained. So our attitude to the road should be such that all our action should be at preserving the good state of the road.
Our people are very happy about it. Sometimes about 10 years ago, we usually trek on legs on the hill to Ganawuri to Manchok, but now it's very simple.
The road, which is described as strategic, connects communities in Ganawuri in Plateau State with Manchok in southern Kaduna State, who had been separated by the difficult terrain.
Here, like the minister says, we have seen the wonders of engineering work. And he said this is just marking the beginning of commissioning of federal roads across the country, from Manchok VOM Road. Edina Justice, NTA News.
Still on road construction, the federal government has commissioned the 97-kilometer Katsina-Daura-Mai Adua Road and 2 bridges of Katsina-Kano Road worth 5.6 billion naira. Minister of State for Works, Ambassador Bashir Yuguda, commissioned the projects. Works correspondent Ismail Musa reports that all the projects are located in Katsina State.
The rehabilitation of 97 kilometers Katsina-Daura-Mai Adua Road project, awarded in 2009 at the cost of 4.7 billion naira, is expected to enhance transportation on the road that connects the Trans-Saharan route. In the same vein, 2 narrow culverts along Katsina-Kano Road that were washed away during the 2012 flood have been expanded into bridges at the cost of 870 million naira. While commissioning the bridges and the road projects, the Minister of State for Work said the projects are expected to boost trade in both Katsina State and neighboring countries.
Mr. President funded this construction of these 2 new bridges, and this has greatly increased the safety of the road, and it has also increased the asset value of this road, and that is the whole essence of the transformation agenda of Mr. President.
It has enhanced and facilitated socio-economic activities.
Similarly, the Kaduna NNPC Road project is expected to be commissioned on the 23rd of this month. In Katsina, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
Rainfall predictions for the year indicate that some of the states that were affected by the flood last year are likely to be affected again. Not waiting till the rain gets heavy, the Kogi State government